Hello, welcome to welcome to Insane Asylum. We don't have a guest tonight. We were supposed to. But they never confirmed. Got back to me, or miscommunication might have happened. I don't know what. So Mark and I are flying by the seat of our pants. It won't be the first time.
No,
But
Joe's flying. I'm eating
whatever.
mac and cheese.
Before we start, I just want to give you all a heads up in case shit hits the fan tonight. Mark and I are both in. It looks like some severe weather is brewing. So if the power goes out, or if we suddenly just end the show, please understand why. We've got some bad weather floating around in my area. It hasn't started yet. According to Mark, he said it's kind of started out there. So
it's out here.
It's just brewing out here yet. It's not even raining anymore, but it's getting darker by the second, and a lot of thunder right now. So we've had some really wacky weather this year for Wisconsin.
It's not been just Wisconsin. It's nationwide.
I know.
I hope everybody nationwide is buckling down because I have a bad feeling we're going to have some of the nastiest, crappiest, unprecedented weather
this summer.
We're going to have. It's just going to be crazy.
And I think it's been a long time since I've lived out here in Watertown now for 9 years. Okay. I've lived here for 9 years now out here. I don't think I've ever in that 9 years heard the tornado sirens go off like I did earlier this week. That thing went off for a good solid half an hour. And it was Watertown, Ixonia, and Lebanon. The three that were right in the, where I'm right in the middle of.
Mm-hmm.
Their tornado sirens were going off for a good half hour, and that was the same day that we got, 7 tornadoes touched down that day, confirmed.
I think so. I don't know,
but that's unusual for Wisconsin to get that many in one day.
I think it was Tuesday, by the way.
I think it was. But it's just
because that's the day you posted. Excuse me. You posted that picture of the tornado taking out the wind farm. You there? Uh-oh. Joe froze. That's kind of weird, and that he would have bad internet and I'd have good. Oh, check this out. So yeah, I believe it was Tuesday. We got Mr. Freezy Joe there, and he posted a picture. Yep, there he went. Let's see if he comes back. And he posted a picture, or the beginning of a video or something, of a tornado that went through Greenfield, Iowa, and and it took out a wind farm. It took out like 4 turbines, 4 of the wind turbines in this wind farm out there. And I've seen videos of the devastation that it caused in Greenfield on YouTube, and it looked like it took out about 2/3 of the town. Kind of reminded me, my girlfriend, and everybody in the area about Barneville, when Barneville got wiped out. So obviously Joe is out. Unfortunately, it looks like he's down for the count, unless he's able to get back. And he hasn't tried calling me, so that's a bad sign too. He hasn't tried calling me. But yeah, Tuesday we had some really bad crap come through. Um, there's Joe. Man. Well, you're on there.
Hello, I'm on the air. I'm back.
Then why'd you call me? If you were back, why'd you call me?
You know, it really I didn't get the internet back until after I started calling you. All of a sudden there was a big thunder boom,
big clap.
Went off, and power and everything went out.
Oh.
So I had
nice.
to wait for the computer to reboot.
Yeah, that's all right. I was talking. But yeah,
Mark's
I was
frozen.
talking. I'm frozen on your end now.
Looks like he lost internet.
No, I'm here.
Oh,
I'm still here. I've been
I
hearing
thought
you.
maybe you were next. You were frozen on my end. It could have been
Oh,
because the computer.
You froze. You froze for a long time on me. But no, I was talking about. I was mentioning the fact that.
Hello.
Hi, Amanda. About Greenfield, Iowa. That's that picture you posted on
the one that
Messenger.
I shared from Nick.
That took out that thing. They actually determined that was a Class 4, F4 tornado.
F4.
That was an F4 tornado.
Yeah, that was sent to me by Nick.
Now there's videos of it.
He said he got the pictures from friends. Yeah, there was also a storm chaser that actually died during that.
Oh, damn.
Chasing the storm. I don't know all the details, and it doesn't look like Nick's online because
there were videos.
Nick.
Now, hang on. There are videos right now on YouTube of that tornado, and there's this pickup truck with 3 chasers or 4 chasers in it.
I've seen that video.
And they have this thing where it's showing the debris falling. This thing's and taking out windmills. But here's the kicker of this.
Reminded you of the movie Twisters.
No, that freaking tornado. That thing looked like it was several smaller tornadoes.
It was.
Circling a huge motherfucker. It was like, what the hell? That looked so freaky.
It was. It really was. That's if there was a couple of videos out there like the day of it, shortly after it happened and it was over with, they got posted, and I seen them right away because of Nick, and one of the storm chasers, because they're like somebody there is friends of Nick, okay, and sent tagged him or something.
Okay.
Wow. Hold on. This is something you got to see. Look at this badass. This was taken in Madison 38 minutes ago. That's pretty ominous.
That's by the Brat Fest.
Yep.
That's just a wall cloud. That's nothing really bad.
Yeah, I know, but it's still pretty scary if you think about it. Looks like it says right here, and it says right here, looks like the island is shut down.
Yep.
So it looks like the Bratfest is currently shut down at the moment. So that's pretty wicked. There was something about that too that was happening because I did want to go there.
Yeah, they got a lot of there's a lot of local entertainment there.
Yeah, so I know why now. Thank you. You said it right there. Sunspot.
Oh yeah,
Was
Sunspot's going to be there.
Yeah, Sunspot's going to be playing out there. Mike Huberty and his group.
His band, Sunspot.
Yeah, his band. But anyway, back to what we were saying about Iowa and those videos when they got posted. There was a dude, and I was watching this video, and it's just like you said. It looked like there's a bunch of smaller ones, and they're circling a big one. You know, like 3 or 4 of them, and they were circling the big one.
Yeah, seriously, that's what it looked like.
These guys were storm chasers out there, and that's exactly what they said and how they described it. You know,
and that's what it looked like to me when I seen it. It literally
more than one video will show that. You know, so it was obvious that there was multiple tornadoes. They used a term for that too, and I wish I could remember what it was. But there was like 3 or 4 little ones circling this big one, and you could see in the video debris flying around way up in the video, you know, in the sky of the video, you know. And I'm not talking just little shit, because some of this looked like, I mean, it reminded me of that movie Twister, because it looked like you had the whole quad thing that holds up a windmill, you know, flying up there in the sky. It was not small debris. I mean, it was, by all means, it was large shit flying around in the sky, and that takes a lot of fucking wind to do that.
Yeah. Oh, when the one video I was started to watch, it was it started out where the tornado was actually headed towards a windmill, and then you hear one of the guys saying that there's debris in that, and then half of this fucking barn roof comes falling down, literally. And when it hit the ground, it kicked up. It looked like, basically the way it looked like a stone hitting the ground.
And the scary part of this whole thing is that all this shit started back in February, where we had tornadoes where it was technically wintertime in this area, you know, between here and Illinois and all of that. And that goes back to what you were saying. It's going to be one hell of a fucking summer. You know, it might not be pretty at all. You know, and that's going to cause the humidity and oh, it's going to be god awful out there. And it makes for, look at, by now we would have had, what, we in May, we would have had at least 2, maybe 3 investigations in.
Maybe.
On a normal year. But it was so cold. Well, the one year when we first started this back in 2019, we started going out mid-March. We haven't been out at all yet this year.
I know. I know we haven't.
It sucks. You know, it gets nice during the middle of the week, but that doesn't help because you're working, Tanya's working. Weekend gets here and it's all fucking crappy. Tomorrow's supposed to be nice though, but there's shit I gotta do around here. I mow the lawn, do the dump, go to the dump. And I got a 3 o'clock appointment. Now that ought to be interesting too. You know, that whole thing with
I'm listening to you. Are you losing your train?
our trip on August 17th is getting rearranged. You know,
Okay.
it sounds like, well, we'll know more tomorrow, but the way it looks, it sounds like the best bet is to go to Oshkosh or up in and around that Oshkosh area where this museum is. Meet up with Darren. Sounds like he'll be able to give us a tour because it's booked. We won't be able to invest, but we'll get a tour of it and be able to go to the grave site where the house was, you know, all of that for the Plainsfield Butcher. That's going to be the first thing we're going to have to do on that day. Otherwise, we won't be able to get into the museum at all because that whole weekend's booked with by a paranormal investigative team. But he says he probably, and this is what we're going to find out tomorrow, is he should be able to give us a tour of the properties that are there.
That's cool.
So, and then point us in the right direction for where the house was, the hardware store, you know, and that kind of stuff. And of course, we're going to have to go to the grave site. So, I mean, this is all, like I said, I was on the phone with Dale for shit. Him and I were on there for a good hour yesterday. But his friend that's coming in from overseas,
yeah,
is more interested in going to Plainsfield than Dale is. So, well, I guess his friend's got kind of a fascination with serial killers or murderers, or whatever, those kind of, you know, that kind of thing. True crime.
Yeah.
Let's put it under the true crime category. So,
right.
You know, and we both know that Dale, his two main things that he loves to focus on is Gettysburg and celebrity plane crashes, or, you know, just plane crashes, unexplained ones, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, so we're going to have a full day that day. A lot of miles will be put on the truck. So, but it's that I don't want that to be the first of things we do this year. So, well, we've got that whole week before that too.
Yeah.
That should be able to be planned out pretty well too, because the early part of that towards the end of July, Dale should be free to do something with us before his friend comes to town. Not while we're in Illinois. And I haven't heard yet back from Janet. We should have asked her the other day about Eloise when we go to Michigan. So,
right.
But as it gets closer, that's got to get detailed out to a T. So, but I don't know. There's other places we got to get out that I haven't been to yet that we should go to. You know, and they're all right here in Wisconsin. They're just a little bit of a road trip.
Yeah.
You know, like one you never went to Devil's Punch Bowl with us.
Nope.
And right out in that area, there's like, we could just go out there for a weekend or something, you know, and just sit there and there's like 3 or 4 or 5 places pretty close to that area that we can go to, that are all public.
Mm-hmm.
I think we need to go back out to Asylum. That's another one that we need to go back to. And I can't remember. There was a few other places that's on my list that we need to get to this year. Oh, Milwaukee Paracon's on this year. Set for October. No offense to the people running it, but I'm not sure if I want to go. It's at the same venue it was last year, so that means a lot of walking up and down stairs and real narrow. And last year I almost fell coming down those stairs. I think it was better off to be at the college or something similar to that. So, just saying. I mean, no offense, but they've already got their panels and stuff discussed. Oh, and speaking of that, remember when I told you I was supposed to get a call for an interview type thing?
Yeah.
Did I tell you how that went?
No.
Well, they mentioned, they said, well, what would you talk about if you were a guest speaker? And I said, been investigating the Beast of Bray Road for like 4 years. We did a little bit of a documentary on it and put all our stuff, and, shit like that. That's, she wanted me to go into it and try to give her a speech. And it's like, or what kind of workshop could you do? And I said, well, we could kind of give people some pointers of what not to do when you're first starting out. Things like that. And then she mentioned that name right after that.
What name is that?
Oh, that name that kind of rubs us the wrong way when it comes to the Beast of Bray Road and Elkhorn.
Oh, that name, that bitch.
Yeah, well, we don't mention names. But so then she basically said, well, I don't think so, and hung up the phone because of my reaction to that name. I didn't say anything, and I just said, yeah, I know of her, and that's but the way I said it, I think she realized,
who we were,
and
who you were.
Second, the person that was running this for those estates down there, besides the one that we don't mention the name because she's involved. See, that's the other reason. They both have about the same IQ level.
Yeah.
I swear to God, this woman wasn't too bright. And she's going to be running a convention. I feel sorry for the estates. So I'm not even going to mention what that was about, but it's just sad that people have to be like this. That's all right. I've got better things to do on that date. Don't need to travel the 600 miles.
No.
Or whatever it would have been. It is close to that, I think, because it was way south. It was like 3 hours south of where Nick lives. So for me, it would have been about a 6-hour drive.
Where does Nick live?
In Chicago, in the Chicago area.
So this thing would have been down around Indiana?
No, it was the southern part of Chicago.
Nick lives in Chicago. It's not 3 hours across Chicago, Joe. Ooh, did you hear that one?
I'll see if I can see. I'll tell you where it was.
Did you hear that one?
I hear it.
That was a hell of a boomer.
Ashmore, Illinois.
Ashmore.
Okay.
I'm not sure where Ashmore, Illinois is.
I got it. Don't worry about it. Now, from my location.
That one make you jump on your seat.
No.
Maybe a Jasmine jump. Go down to Daddy. Go down to there.
Let Jazzy move.
We'll have to go see Daddy.
Okay.
Come on, come check on you. All right, we're going back down.
All right. So it take 4 hours and 33 minutes, 316 miles. So I
Okay.
was off by about 2 hours.
Yep.
Yeah, well, close to a 6-hour drive because with me, you'd have to stop a few times. So I get on.
Yeah, I know, because you're old and have to piss a lot. So, yeah, we'd
Oh,
have
fuck
to stop
you.
every 10 minutes.
Rain sure did pick up out here. Got darker awfully quick too. I think the kids decided to stay home. We was going to get a visit from Janice and the kids. So, but yeah, I'm glad that didn't work out. That would have been not too fun for any of us. You know. But then you got, I think there's a Paracon coming up soon
Mm-hmm.
somewheres. And oh, I know the other place I really want to take a weekend and go.
Where's that?
I mean, it's quite a drive too for us because we'd have to go to the clear west side of the state to get to Iowa. But I want to go to damn it. Now my train derailed. Van Meter.
Van Meter, Iowa.
I just watched a documentary on that Van Meter visitor again. It was on TV. And yeah, I still want to go down there. They just had the festival, or they'll be having the festival soon. That'd be another thing to check into. You know, we gotta. I wish I could find that. I think there's one just across the border, and Wisconsin Illinois border. coming up real soon.
Yeah.
But I don't know about you. We've been on only a half an hour. I understand that, but I think we should call this.
I'm wondering if we shouldn't because it's getting ugly out right now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's getting
You heard
ugly
that?
out
You heard
there.
that last one, right?
Yeah, and I felt the last
Yeah.
one that was out here. So, I mean, I felt it. It kind of rattled this place a little bit. So, I think before the power in my computer gets knocked off again, we should call it quits due to weather. And
we can.
to be safe, better to be safe than sorry. Me shut down
I
my computer
agree.
because I don't want anything to happen to my computer. You know, so until next week, people, stay safe. Have a
Yeah,
great
sorry we're cutting it short, but
yeah, but we're gonna play it safe here. Mother Nature
it's really getting bad out.
So, and if it's getting bad out there, it hasn't hit here yet because it was bad there, and it was
Like
still,
I said, you heard. I know you heard that last one.
I could hear it through there. I saw it.
Yeah.
You know, saw the lightning flashes through the windows.
So
You know, the reflection of your windows or whatever. So, I'll see you later. Time to call it quits. Just so we don't cut out on you people again, or I don't leave.
Later.
Goodbye. Have a nice weekend. Stay safe. Remember, anything's possible.